You will remember as a child minutes to break time. Your mind leaving the class for the playground, which eventually will come to pass. You running around and kicking the ball. Consider yourself lucky. There are places where that is a luxury, a very expensive necessity. I'm on a quest today to identify the next Paul Tergat, the aspiring Pamela Jelimo, or maybe the next Collins Injera or even McDonald Mariga. But I wonder if I'm in the right place. This is Mathare slums, and here the schools do not even have signboards. So forgive my ignorance for not informing you what the name of this school is. It is surrounded by a small river which doubles up as a urinal for the young and old, and also a sewer that flushes away human waste and garbage. The river borders a school compound used by children as a playground. It is PE time, and a class of people soon gathers outside as required by their teacher. Physical education entails stretching of the muscles, jumping and running around. These boys and girls have nothing more than a slopey rocky ground to conduct their PE lessons. What's worse, they are simply not dressed up for it. The environment is surrounded by filth and a stench, as many more pupils take a short break and use whatever is left of the playground as a washroom. Yes, a washroom, where they can relieve themselves.
Englishman said that working without playing makes Jack a dull boy, so that one will affect them mostly and greatly if they don't take part in plays.
One thing's for sure, whereas exercise is meant to ease stress and hence assist the pupils concentrate with classwork, here the stress levels must be piling up for these poor pupils.
Sports is a part of a recreation activity that it is used to mold up children so that they can be physically fit.
A few meters from here is another school. This one at least has a name. Jeffries Academy has more than 450 pupils. It is situated right in the middle of a slum, surrounded by shacks used as homes. It is PE time and pupils are warming up and stretching their muscles. A teacher here explains the importance of the exercises.
Maybe they had that PE lesson after lunch, so it means that their mind will be able to relax. It is not fair to make them sit in class all through reading. You know, their minds will not be in a position where they can think.
But there is no room or space for exercises. There is no grass, but the pupils are asked to do push-ups on the ground. They seem to be enjoying it.
They are exposed to some dangers, like they can, you know, this place, as you can see, the environment is very dirty.
Will another Paul Tergat surely be born here, even without an outdoor track? With squalor facing these boys and girls in the face, can they one day compete with the very best sportsmen in the country? I leave Mathare slums a dejected sports agent, and I get to Fuata Nyayo slums, where the only space available is used as an assembly ground, PE ground, and a volleyball pitch. The pitch is by all means substandard. The ground is rough, and what's more, it is next to the classrooms, so it must be noisy when classes are ongoing and a bunch of pupils are playing. Soon it is filled with pupils from lower classes. It is PE time, but the exercises done here are almost aimed at letting the pupils bask in the sun rather than stretching their muscles. After a few minutes, the children are taken back to their classes, and it is some few meters from the playground. They have to trek through open trenches. Back at school, it is time for pupils from class 6 to get some PE lessons. Their teacher lines them up to ensure the cheekier ones are not left behind, and it has to be a single file as they line up for their PE kits. Because this is a large crowd, they have to use a bigger field. It is usually done some distance from the school. The long trek alone is sufficient for exercising. Nevertheless, the pupils always fancy a game of football and a few races. But this is not your normal type of field. It has no shape. Pupils will run aimlessly and it is next to a riverbank. It is also used as a bypass by pedestrians, yet the pupils find it an absolute paradise.
We have kids who are not good in class, but when they come out here, they are very good. So we also have to identify some talents when they are in the PE session.
The pupils mostly enjoy a game of football, and it is here that my hopes of finding the next Dennis Oliech are lifted once again. But what follows next dampens my spirit. Because there's no fence, the boys and girls keep kicking the ball into these murky waters, usually filled with garbage, urine and some unimaginable filth. Someone has to fetch the ball each time it's thrown into the water, and play has to continue.
The challenges here is space. We have just congestion in the slums, and that is getting just space is a problem. All the land has been grabbed and it has just been put on. That is for houses, for rental houses.
The pupils also have to share these playing kits.
If there is a class which is having PE, now it will need also to put on the same uniforms, which these ones are also putting on.
After the PE session, it is another long walk back to class. Since they cannot afford to take a shower in school, the pupils will wipe their feet, squeeze the uniforms back on, and continue with classwork. In the slums, the scenario unfolds into abject penury every day. Education is important world over, but sports, on the other hand, can turn pupils who are less academically gifted into success stories. And as my assignment comes to a close, the children I have met are at the mercy of the vicious cycle of misery in the slums, but their determination gives them a ray of hope. After all, even in its worst form, sports here somehow manages to keep them from prostitution, crime and drugs that fester all around them.